I think all three of my co-panelists have set the context as far as the school education for entrepreneurship is concerned. Now, if we look at entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship, right? If we look at it, broadly speaking, there are two aspects to it, and this is very important for all of us to understand. The first one is, do I have the skills to create a venture? So that is one aspect of it. But even before that comes the mindset of the individual. Do I have the mindset of being an entrepreneur? And I think mindset is something which is, as Professor Sahab was mentioning, has to be built as early as possible. We can't wait for people to become entrepreneurs after they have crossed their college age. We have to build that mindset by building the values, right? Values of individual student back in the school itself. And which is where I fully agree with Professor Saab when he says that it could start as early as class 1, because that is the time when our kids are building their values. And that is where we need to start working on their mindset. Now, let me tell you, it's not just about creating ventures. Entrepreneurship, and we have all been hearing this, entrepreneurship is a life skill, which means it is not just needed for creating ventures. We advise a number of organizations, large organizations also, and they support a value called entrepreneurialism. Ask the CEOs and the leadership of that organization, why have you put entrepreneurialism as one of your values? Because all of your people are your employees, they are not entrepreneurs. And he said that in a world, uncertain world that we are living in, we want even our employees to demonstrate the traits of entrepreneurship. And therefore, we need to build that entrepreneurship trait, that life skills really early on. Now, let me share with you an example. So we are class 7. Now, class 7 is very early for a lot of schools. But let me tell you, I saw those young kids brimming with so much of knowledge and understanding of entrepreneurship, mentorship, as Colonel Pokhriyal was mentioning. We need to help them understand one thing at a time, not bombard them with so many things. That can happen at the school level, because once they are out of the school, they anyways have chosen their path, their values have been built, their mindset has been created in some form or the other. In terms of operating parameters, I would say that we need to have stories. So for example, for school kids, we have stories of Saint Columbus, right? How did he venture out and discovered the new land for the world? So those are the stories that we need to create and try and bring those learning elements for our kids so that they can relate what entrepreneurship is. For a lot of people, entrepreneurship meaning is also very difficult to understand, especially at that level.